You're trapped in a building during a zombie apocalypse for 2 years. If you could choose any 5 board games to maintain your sanity and keep a group of 8 to 10 survivors happy and entertained, which 5 games do you choose and why? Let's explore this board game hypothetical here on Legendary Tactics. I'm here with my fellow creator Nato to bring this question to life. Have you figured out what games you would bring?
Oh, I sure have, but first I need to know the parameters.
Okay, so we've got 8 to 10 potential players, so you'll need to think about whether you're playing one big game together or multiple separate games. And with 10 different people, you need games that have broad appeal. So bear in mind that you may need to abandon the building and move to another fortification, so size as well as durability might be factors.
You definitely wouldn't want to leave the board games behind.
No, for sure, you get those first. But most important in this scenario, it's that you think about the mental state of your players. Do you build harmony and teamwork, or do you focus more on games as training aids? Also remember that neither of us can choose games that we chose in the deserted island hypothetical, and we can't choose any of the same games, so you're up first.
Okay, for me, survival is the number one concern. So my first game is one that can be used to teach tactics and also explore the morality of various situations that might arise. Dead of Winter is both useful to examine different ways of defending your fortification and with the Crossroads cards to talk about difficult decisions that you might need to make before you actually find yourself in morally perilous situations.
Yeah, but do you really think survivors in your shelter would want to fight actual zombies all day and then go play a zombie game at night? Seems like it might be a bit much.
Wait till you see my number 5 pick.
Nice. I do really like the Dead of Winter pick. I thought of that one first too, but one other hesitation I have with it is that it focuses not only on the enemy without, but also the enemy within, and you might sow suspicion among your group.
Yes, that is true.
So let's go to my first pick. So it's an easy one for me. It's based primarily on its player count. I wanted a game that could hit up to 10 players. So Coup with the Reformation expansion will do that. It's small, so it's portable. Just about every single person in every group I've played this with has loved it. Super replayable, and if you include Coup Rebellion G24, you have 25 extra characters, which adds lots of variety to the game, so it'll stay fresh for 2 full years. So for my money, I want a game that can bring everyone to the table at once, like a nightly ritual.
That's a nice pick. Very interesting. Okay, for my number 2, I'm picking a game that will train the survivors and also double as a functional weapon. I'm going with darts.
Oh, nice.
It's kinesthetic. They will help with your sharpshooter skills, and you could set up playoff brackets among the players, and most importantly, you could brain a zombie with a dart if you could hit them in the eye.
Okay, well, if that's your criteria, what about old school lawn darts? Instead, they do more damage?
Yeah, they just don't work well indoors, and without the dartboard, there just aren't that many different games that you can play with them.
Okay, well, I confess that is a very clever idea. So great training tool. For my number 2, I would bring a practical or functional choice as well. Cash-in guns, except I would use real guns in that game.
Hey, you can't switch out the guns in that game for real guns.
Okay, well, how about Cosmic Encounter then? That works
You
for everybody.
always pick Cosmic Encounter.
Okay, fine. I will pivot to a game that fosters cooperation. Spirit Island is one that's built on open communication, and sometimes co-op games suffer from like the quarterbacking problem, where one player takes over as the alpha gamer or the leader bully. And with the asymmetrical factions in this game, we don't get that. The powers in the game mean that everyone is involved in the decision making, and every game is different.
Well, it's only for 4 players though, isn't it?
Right, not if you get the Jagged Earth expansion. That allows up to 6 players, and then the other 4 can just go off and play Coup. So thematically, I like that this game is nature-based, which is something that I would want more of during a zombie apocalypse.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Okay, my third pick is a great game set in a world with no government, no army, and no civilization. The game is 51st State. It's a post-apocalyptic world where players try to establish a new order and build a new country. It works for 1 to 4 players, and it would give survivors a sense of what they should be thinking about when they're rebuilding their world. It also uses variable player powers and variable phase order, so there's lots of replayability value there.
Oof, that is a great game. Good pick. So my third choice is based completely on bringing a sense of harmony and relaxation to the Survivor gaming group. I want them to escape from the harsh reality of their world. So Now, maybe I'm being swayed by the gorgeous soundtrack, which we definitely wouldn't have in the shelter because we wouldn't be playing it on the computer.
Yeah,
But
makes sense.
for my money, Wingspan is the game that I want to play to balance or center myself. It's got the naturalistic bird theme. That's something I would want to imagine during the apocalypse. I love the engine building, various paths to victory. No two games are the same. And I love that it uses indirect competition, so it's not too adversarial. It's only for 5 players, but it's really just so darn beautiful and peaceful.
Yes, it is. And hey, if you're enjoying this series, it really helps our channel out if you take a moment to like the video and subscribe.
And definitely put your picks down below in case you've thought of some that are even better than our picks.
Yes, absolutely.
So, what's your 4th pick?
My 4th pick is also going to be a cooperative game. Pandemic is a game that plays well with almost anyone. It teaches players to work as a team, to prioritize where needs are on the board, and to plan ahead. The legacy games are great, so I'm tempted to take Season 0, but the main drawback there is that the board is altered and cards are ripped up, and I find that the legacy games tend to sit on the shelf after you've played through it once.
I'm almost liking your list better than mine. Pandemic's such a great game. But we'll go on to my 4th pick. It's also one that can be played at the 10-player count. I consider this an appetizer game. It works with a wide variety of people, and it's only limited by the creativity of the players at the table. The game is Codenames, and anyone can play. It's built around players getting to know each other and working. I mean, just without speaking, you give one word to get the clue. So to thrive at the game, you have to see the set of cards on the table in the same way that your teammates do. So I think this is really good for fostering unity. You could also expand the game by having a survivor draw new cards or put together a set of new words so that you're not limited just by the cards in the box. So there's good replayability there too. My goal would be just to unite the survivors with this one.
And here is my number 5 that I referenced earlier. Sure, this is another game that is zombie themed, but one of my priorities is simulating situations that might actually save our lives. So I'm choosing SPI's Dawn of the Dead for my 5th choice. I see it as a training tool to make the most of the resources available, planning and executing an attack with your strongest people, and protecting your vulnerable friends can help people to refocus and perhaps improve their skills and their tactical acumen. It can also be played cooperatively.
Yeah, that's a good choice. You may be right about choosing a game that lets players explore their reality or run simulations to help them survive. So my 5th pick is also one based on the apocalyptic theme and one that will teach players about running a colony. This is a 2022 release called Frostpunk. And in this one, every decision in the game comes with a cost, and its focus is on managing your society's infrastructure in detail. And this is a game that will also train players to think about and simulate building, exploring, researching, and most importantly, finding happiness for the people in your colony. It's cooperative, and it's cool.
Nice. So let us know which of our lists is better and what games you would bring in this situation. Our next video in this series will be the Lost in Space Hypothetical. We'll link to that video as soon as it's released.